There's a lot of news that happened over the weekend, obviously, with the games themselves. You had an assistant coach at Michigan fall on the sword for the entire program, but does that make it all go away? Also, USC fires their defensive coordinator. I watched that game, almost that entire game, and you're watching two different teams with USC. That offense is great, averaging over 45 points a game. The defense is terrible. They're giving up just over 34 points a game. That is not a team that can be viable in the college football landscape as far as playing for a championship. Washington is good. USC, they gave up 570 yards, 50 points in that loss. And defensive coordinator Alex Grinch was relieved of his duties. He had been with Lincoln Riley the last two seasons. They allowed 47 points to Utah in the Pac-12 title game, 46 to Tulane in the Cotton Bowl. So it's not like we go, wow, this is a surprise. We knew they were bad, and they got worse. And Caleb Williams isn't going to win the Heisman Trophy because of this. And it's not his fault. If you had an average defense, Caleb Williams is probably still in the Heisman hunt here, but not anymore, as the Trojans have their work cut out for them. And keep this in mind. So you're leaving the Pac-12. You're going to go into the Big Ten. The 4 of the top 5 defensive teams are in the Big Ten this year. Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, and Iowa. Those are the top 4 defenses, points allowed in college football. You better play a little defense if you're going into the Big Ten and getting a head start there on firing the defensive coordinator. All righty, Seton, what do you have for us? Poll question-wise, hour 1.
Well, we might as well start with our favorite thing to do on Monday mornings. Who had the worst weekend?
Okay.
Lots of big losses.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we start with USC? That was a tough one.
Tied going into the fourth quarter, and I thought, okay. And I thought USC was going to win this game. I thought, okay, this is the last stand. You win this game. You surprise people. Caleb Williams maybe gets back into the Heisman picture. Now, all of a sudden, Caleb is still great. Lincoln Riley, the luster, the aura has maybe dissipated quite a bit. I don't know if he is as attractive as a head coach in the NFL as he was a month ago. We're like, hey, package deal, Caleb Williams, Lincoln Riley. Probably not the case. What else do you have, Seton?
Well, but I would say I'm not really sure why Lincoln Riley wouldn't still be attractive. I mean, their offense plays well.
True, but as the head
it's
coach,
not like you're looking at him being like, man, this guy really sucks at defense. Like, yeah, no kidding. That's not what he was hired for.
But if you go into the NFL, you have to play a little defense. You can't now. If he's going in as an offensive coordinator, you're going like, yeah, he's great. You're going in as a head coach. Therefore, that defense, no matter how good you are on offense, defense has to be somewhat competitive, respected.
So that's worse for Lincoln Riley than USC as a whole.
Yeah. But if you're going to lose Caleb Williams now, and you know what the problem is, like you knew what the problem was going into this season. You had skilled position players, you had the returning Heisman Trophy winner, and you're thinking, okay, let's play a little defense. Can we, in the transfer portal, get some good defensive players? Yeah, I think so. You're USC. But when you watch them play, even the last drive by Washington, I think they gave up like a 50-yard run. This is a we must stop you moment. Like, we got to stop you. Oh, damn, he's got 50 yards later. And I'm going, that to me was their season in a microcosm. They can't stop somebody when they had to stop somebody. Yes, Paulie.
The Washington running backs had 316 yards against USC at 7.5 yards a carry.
And one of the running backs had over 300 yards. You're going, I don't even know if he's had over 100 yards in a game, but he had 300 yards, I think, in that game. Like, wild.